We're at the King Power today as we look to claw back some points against third place Leicester City. These fans will be hoping to bridge the gap between the end of today to 5 points. Here we go then. Joining me on Matchday Live is Chelsea's Out the Blue regular, Zach Jalab. Zach, how are you, mate?
I'm good. Nervous, but good.
On social media watch today is the brilliant Olivia Bazaglo. Olivia, you good?
Really good, really excited.
And obviously we've got Pat Nevin, who's going to be the eyes and ears at the ground and sitting alongside us. The two people going to give us the insider knowledge,
Experts.
the expert analysis.
That's what you call them,
Jason
yeah.
and Claire, you good?
Very good, thank you.
We're looking forward to today. Obviously, we've had a great response to the opening couple of shows, haven't we? This is our third one. First one with the full squad, full team,
Indeed.
full complement.
Full
Yeah.
Five sides out. I reckon we'd give people a good game, you know.
To be fair, I'm free on a Monday night.
I'm happy.
Who's in goal? Who's in goal?
Bagsy not.
Not
Bagsy
me.
not.
Well, I've taken the gloves. It's going to be roll the ball out to Claire and Jason, isn't it?
Yeah, just give it all to them.
Although we were saying before the show, seen a bit from Zach on his
yeah.
Twitter. He's got a bit about him, hasn't he?
A bit of a showboat, some would say.
Did you mean it though?
Yeah. Sure I did. I mean, I've got an all right strike in me. My right foot's not too bad.
Well, another lad that's got an all right strike in, and I think we're all, we said about this before, and we're all quite pleased. Olivier Giroud,
Yes.
still here, the window's closed. Means you've got options going forward, doesn't it?
It does. Whether he uses them or not is a different discussion. But I mean, it sounds like it was a decision made, and there was no one really coming in. So,
Jason?
Yeah, I think he wanted to go. He's got, obviously, the Euros coming up. To enhance his chance, he's got to play.
Yeah.
He probably ain't going to play that much here. And I feel for him a little bit. I got the sense that we wanted to move him out before we got someone in, and for whatever reason, it never happened, so you cannot allow him to go. So it's just unfortunate, the situation he's found himself in.
Well, today, obviously, the big talking point that's just come out is the team news. It's a bit of a different selection, actually. There's some surprises in there they weren't expecting, weren't we, Claire?
I mean, I don't think you can ever really predict these teams. Pedro coming in, I was a bit surprised because at the last game against Hull, he just wasn't really kind of firing on all cylinders. So I'm expecting improvements today from him.
It's a big opportunity for people like Pedro, like Caballero as well, Jace, isn't it, to really stamp a claim, especially now the window's closed and we can move forward into the tail end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, look, Kepa's our #1 goalkeeper, but clearly Frank has seen something that he's not quite happy with. There's some stats that have come out recently which are quite damning, in all honesty. There are certain goals you look at and think, is he at fault? You could say, yeah, probably. And there's certain ones you say, well, maybe not. But as a back four, I just wonder whether we're starting to defend a little differently, because maybe the goal the Bellerin scored, really, from that position, one, we shouldn't allow the shot. Two, it shouldn't really go in. So I think that may well be on Frank's mind as well. And there's other positions up for grabs. I mean, Pedro, I didn't see that happening. I think Pedro probably is as surprised as anyone that he's starting, to be honest. Willian on the bench as well.
I can't rely on Pedro, though. I know we've said, yeah, he didn't have the greatest game against Hull, but that's probably because he hasn't played.
Yeah.
But we all know how good he has been for Chelsea and the threat he poses.
Work ethic, he always does, give 100%.
100%.
He's tenacious, isn't he? He'll always get stuck in. And we're used to him actually having an impact. I think that's why last game I was a bit disappointed because, we know what he can do.
And actually, sorry, he could have scored a couple against Hull.
Yeah.
He actually was a little bit unlucky. There's one with his left foot, one with his right foot. On another day, he's a very, very good finisher.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to mention that, Jace, actually. Zach, what do you think about that? Because is it maybe a bit of continuity, a bit of consistency from that whole team, like Caballero and Pedro, to give that opportunity to go forward with, is it?
I'm sure that's part of it. I think maybe a bit more than anything, it's just his experience in these kind of games. It is a big game. Although maybe Leicester aren't necessarily known as some of the top six, they are definitely there this season. And so someone like Pedro, who's been there before for Chelsea, for Barcelona, for other teams, and played in such big games like the World Cup and things like that, this is what we need. We need someone that, when the chances come, he's going to take them away.
You say that, Zach. Well, Dan has said on Twitter, I don't understand people's problems with Pedro. Like any of the Chelsea wingers have actually been much better than what we know he can be. Chelsea lack goals, and is he a better goal scorer than the rest? Maybe. Could you argue that? Is he
you were saying that before, weren't you? We need to have goals coming from elsewhere. We can't be overly reliant on strikers. And it needs to come from midfield, wingers. Yeah. Everyone needs to be kind of up in their game, and they were wasteful last game. We can't afford to do this against Leicester.
But he said about experience, didn't he, Frank, as well? We wanted experience. We've got experience in the dressing room, like Giroud, like Pedro, like Caballero. They're three experienced pros that have been about and have done things at a very elite level. Someone else has done it at a very elite level. He's doing it again for us today, the legend, Pat Nevin. Pat, you're our eyes at the ground today. How's it looking so far?
It's exciting because I think everyone is expecting a really good game, because it's two teams that are open, attack-minded, not dissimilar in many ways. I got the train up this morning from London with all the Chelsea fans, and it was a lively old train. Yeah, and I'm getting the train back, and I'm going to be wearing sunglasses this time. But
Pat, there's no way you're sitting in economy. There's no chance that's got first class. Don't give us that one.
To my embarrassment, I am going to own up to the fact that for an extra tenner, yeah, I did go first class.
I love it. I love it. You deserve it, Pat. You deserve every bit of it.
Put it on expensive, Pat. Put it on expensive.
Getting one of the panettones and a glass of champagne on the way home as well, Pat. We know.
Right, stop giving us abuse, right? At least I got the train. Now, everybody I've met today, now the names of the people I've met since I've arrived, Robbie Savage, Emil Heskey, Glenn Hoddle, Peter Crouch, Peter Cech. And I'm thinking, first of all, they're all too tall. And secondly, I bet you they didn't get the train. I bet they got limos up here. So I'm feeling still quite street, So anyway, it's good, it's lively. Everyone's up for a good game. Leicester fans always make a big noise. I've watched Leicester, this is my third time seeing them in the flesh in 10 days. So I know all about Leicester, and they're pretty good. But can we do them? Yeah, I think we can. And what you're talking about there at Pedro playing, I think it makes a wee bit of sense because they're strong in that left-hand side. Maddison, Chilwell, Barnes is lightning quick. That's a really, really strong line-up on their left-hand side. But we've now got Pedro, Kanté and James against them. That battle alone is worth watching, guys.
Well, Pat, we saw before kick-off, there's been a late change for Leicester where indeed he's got injured in the warm-up and Chowdhury starts. Yeah. It looks like they're going to start 4-1-4-1, does it? Yeah,
I would say that. I mean, quite often Brendan, says he's playing 4-2-3-1 and 4-1-4-1 and adapting it, and then you watch it and it's exactly the same thing every single time. It's an adapted 4-5-1. That's what it is, and just people move a few yards. But it will be that. Chowdhury's a lovely player. He's nice on the ball. He's comfortable on the ball. He's not as good at closing down as Ndidi, but he's a nice player. However, we can get at him because defensively he isn't of the standard of Ndidi. So that might be one area where we might have to get into. But it's lots of other areas. There'll be individual battles all over the field. It's who's up for it, who fancies it on the day. I just think there's a lot of attack-minded players there. I'm talking about Chilwell, but Pereira on the right-hand side for them is an attack-minded player. But you've got Hudson-Odoi against him, who's going to trap him further back there. And I'm going to get a name out here, which are going to surprise you when I talk about attack-minded players. Cesar Azpilicueta. The goals he scored this season, the assists he's had this season, how dangerous he's been at set pieces, he's a surprise. So I'm putting my money in for him to do something offensively this game as well.
Brilliant. Pat, thank you very much. We'll, of course, come to Pat Nevin throughout the game today. Jason, Claire, obviously, Jamie Vardy's the one that's going to... Immediately, as Chelsea fans, you go, OK, he's starting. Yeah. Brendan Rodgers, we know his qualities and his link to Chelsea as well. How do you look at their lineup today? Is it confident, Claire, or is it kind of as expected?
I think, as expected, they're going to have a bit about them because, obviously, the disappointment they suffered in the Cup. I think whenever you got Vardy on the pitch, as a defender, in the back of my mind, I'm going, very conscious of the line, how we're going to play. You were saying about you would have preferred Tomori in the back instead of Christensen because of the pace. Yeah. So I think they always have that. They always have that threat.
Christensen's not slow.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, you probably
with Vardy we're talking electric. Yeah. So, look, Leicester are going to play. We know how they're going to play. There's no secrets with Leicester. There's no surprises.
Yeah,
They're looking to get the ball over the top. They're looking to exploit the space. And there is going to be link-up play. Maddison tends to be that player. Tielemans can do that as well. I think, to be honest with you, Ndidi missing is a big blow for them.
I was going to ask you that because I don't know how it works, but as a professional, you two, you set up all week with that team in mind. Is it a case of, obviously, they've had a couple of days since the Carabao Cup, but to get to a Friday and then if something like that happens in the warm-up, does that throw you as a player in that side? Or
I mean, subconsciously maybe, but I think you have to focus on yourself. Yeah, you do the classroom work and you pick out individual players and identify what they're good at and what they're not so good at. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Matchday in particular, it's about you. It's about what Chelsea are going to do. It's about how they're going to play, and at the end they have to be better than the opposition, and that's as simple as it is sometimes.
The big question is, Zach.
Oh God.
Big question for Zach. We should have a little feature. Big question to Zach.
We're 8 points behind Leicester at the moment. Can we catch them?
Yes. Yes, I think Leicester are going through... They went through a really good bit of form. Now they're starting to struggle a little bit. If we can win this, that's 5 points. You never know. They've got a couple of other big games throughout the rest of the season. We've also got some big games. However, personally, I think Chelsea thrive in the big games. So we've got, I think it's Leicester now. We've also then got United and Bayern Munich,
We've got the squad, haven't we? We've done it. We've been there. We've done it. We've had this for the past however many seasons where you play a game midweek, you play a game. Leicester haven't. So this is all fairly new for them. And they do look like they could be getting a little bit tired, perhaps?
They do. I mean, they've also... it has been mental what they've done, to be fair. It's been very, very good from them.
It's been busy, yeah.
It's been busy. They brought in some... I mean, selling Maguire and then bringing in Sionku and him performing so well has been a real big surprise. I feel nervous. I feel nervous any time I'm watching Chelsea in the studio.
Zach, I understand why you're feeling nervous, because obviously it's a big weekend. There's quite a lot of Premier League fixtures this weekend that could directly implicate Chelsea. The big one, I suppose, this afternoon is probably Wolves versus Manchester United, isn't it?
I think, it's a battle, isn't it, for the fourth place. We need to win this game. It's paramount that Chelsea beat Leicester.
Yeah.
You were saying you'd kind of be OK with a draw.
A draw's not it's a tough place to go. They're a good side.
Yeah.
I mean, the closer I get to kick-off, I'm thinking we're going to win this.
Yeah.
I mean, I just always, whenever I get... the build-up to it, I get the sense that...
You know what, I'm like you, I'm a bit...
The closer I get, I'm like...
No. See, Wednesday, I'm going... Bring it on. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Hits the Saturday, 30 minutes beforehand, and I'm going, oh, my God, what's going to happen?
Well, Jace, you've said about the confidence building up towards kick-off. What's your prediction for today, then?
I'm going to go 3-1.
Okay.
I think we will concede. We always seem to score goals on the road. Doesn't always work that way, but we create a lot of chances. I'm not so sure Vardy's 100% fit, and Didi missing, I think, is going to be absolutely crucial. Their fullbacks, Pat made a great point. If we can keep their fullbacks, Pereira is brilliant going forward, as is Chilwell. If we can actually start to push them that way, more than they go this way, I think we'll create more chances than them.
So 3-1.
3-1, I'm going.
Claire?
I'm conservative today. 2-2. I just think we concede so often. I just don't really feel that confident. Obviously, changing goalkeeper, hopefully it will infuse a bit more confidence in the back line.
I'm having 3-1. Livia?
I'm having 2-1.
Okay.
I think we'll concede, because we always do. But I think...
a clean sheet.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But I think, I think we'll score. Like Jay said, we're so much better on the road than we have been at Stamford Bridge this season. It's a tough game, but I'm going to go for a Chelsea win.
Go on, Zach.
Look, I want to beat Jace, that's the thing. He's 1-0 in the predictions league at the moment. I'm going to go with 2-0.
OK,
2-0.
So, positivity all around the table. Steady. Positivity all around. Claire, a little bit more conservative, but still, that's a good point. Away from home, isn't it?
Yeah, I've just been realistic. I'm not even going to justify what I'm saying.
Hang on.
Talk to me after.
Let's leave that. Elsewhere on the fifth stand-up, make sure you check out the box sets, where there's a whole host of goodies for you to enjoy.
There's no flag hit. And it's in! What a tremendous strike! Lampard again! Really does look lively, Walker. Driving Lampard! Oh, goal!
When you come in, and the likes of Dennis, Marcel and people like that say, morning JT, that makes you feel 6-7 foot tall. I mean, there's nothing better.
For his goal, he's beaten 2 players, and Joe Cole has won the title for Chelsea.
They don't want you to play football. They want to kick you in the beginning. If somebody gets kicks, go there immediately with 4 or 5 players making a fuss. He gets a yellow card and then it's finished with him.